All right, guys. So, welcome back to our podcast. We have a special guest with us here today. How did you want me to present you?
Yo, what's good? I'm Jacob. I'm the best darn podcaster there's ever been in the world. We're gonna have some death here, dude.
It's okay, he's black. You made me choke my fucking lemonade.
What? Alright, so that's getting cut out.
No, that's staying. That's staying.
Alright. Anyways, so today we're going to be talking about 5 specific gaming companies, and we're going to look at them just as a company and determine if they're good or bad or kind of in between. And when I say good or bad, I'm talking more so for the gaming community. Are they good for the gaming community, bad for the gaming community? Or are they a mixture of both?
Pros and cons, what they bring to the table, that kind of stuff.
That kind of stuff.
Pomade over here.
What?
It smells like pomade when I squish on this pillow.
Pomade?
Pomade.
Yeah, it's like palms, like hand palms.
Hand stuff. And then you put that in your head. And it's supposed to make your hair really shiny and all that other stuff.
I mean, girls did used to live at this house, and this was their couch.
What, did they smear their bodies with pomade or something?
Maybe. I don't know.
Knows?
Who knows, man?
Why not?
Anyways. So yeah, we're going to be talking about that, and then we're also going to be talking about most anticipated next-gen games at the end. So just a recap from last week. So last week we were talking about Marvel and DC. I don't know if you guys heard the news or whatever, but
I know I didn't.
Supposedly they're trying to get Tobey Maguire in the next Spider-Man movie as a cameo or whatever. So we're not sure if that's as Spider-Man or as something else. But I thought that was interesting news. And apparently, they also announced that Doctor Strange is going to be a part of Spider-Man 3. And also, Electro is going to be in Spider-Man 3. The same Electro.
Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx Electro, yeah. But they're changing his look and everything. So I don't know if that's... I mean, I didn't like him as Electro, but I don't know, dude. Disney,
I didn't like his teeth cap either.
Disney's weird, okay, honestly. But it looks like Sony and Disney and Marvel are trying to create the Sinister Six, but at the same time introduce the Spider-Verse or whatever. Because they haven't announced that Andrew Garfield has been, tapped. But the fact that they said
I think they did that because Andrew was like, screw you guys, and then they kicked them out.
Well, maybe. But the fact that they tapped Tobey Maguire is a good sign, and Doctor Strange is a good sign, because Doctor Strange is the one that opens the Spider-Verse, technically. Right. So maybe we'll get a Spider-Verse movie pretty soon.
I mean, we already did a year ago.
Well, that was animated, though. Live action, I mean.
Whatever.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, you guys...
Either way.
True. If you guys didn't know that, now you know. So, back to the topic. So, the first company we're going to look at is EA. So, obviously, I know a lot of gamers, when they hear EA, they kind of cringe or go, oh, why are we talking about EA, man? We all know that they're bad.
I get 10 times drunker just hearing EA.
Well, yeah, what are your guys' opinion on EA? Who wants to go first?
I think they're in the game.
Oh my god.
They're definitely in the game trying to get kids to buy their crap.
They're in the game.
I wish I was 6 feet underground right now.
Did you just do a Michael Bay movie reference?
Maybe.
I possibly did. I don't know.
I don't know if I could be wrong or not. Hang on, I got a burp.
Is this what this is gonna be?
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Let's go.
But what were you gonna say?
I cut myself off. I don't even know.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So who wants to go first? Michael, Jacob, Eddie? Who wants to talk about EA?
I can go.
All right.
No, never mind. I remember well.
No, let Michael go. You were taking too long. All right, Michael.
So much of white privilege, right? Okay.
All right.
Anyways, EA. And anyways, like I was saying,
He didn't say anything yet.
Anyways, like I was.
Yeah, so as you were saying.
Yes, as I was saying.
Yeah, that was it. That's what you were saying.
So when I think of EA, I think of complete idiots.
Okay.
In a basis. Because in all seriousness, I mean, when it comes to EA, it's strictly nothing but a bunch of
minors
overcharging repetitive idiots. Because that's literally like with the new Madden that came out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's literally recycled of nothing but the past 6 years of Madden.
And FIFA.
Did you see?
And FIFA, yeah.
I gotta add this in
Games
there.
are.
I gotta add this in there. To your point, Michael. I don't know if you heard about this, but there was this guy. He took a screenshot of this particular field that you could play in Madden and in the new 21 Madden, and it literally had Madden it had either Madden 19 or Madden 2020 logo on it, and it was a Madden 21 game. So let that sink in to your head a little bit, so you can just realize how lazy EA is as a publisher. But granted, I guess to the developer's point, and the lead guy behind these games, he said it's really hard to program these games or whatever. Okay, so then just don't release these games and stop calling them.
I mean,
don't release them every freaking year.
If it's so difficult for them to make or whatever,
hire more people.
Well, don't make the games.
No. Make the games by all means. Sports games are garbage. I don't get why people play those games, but the least you can do is just like give it 2 years to actually let it cook instead of it being a moldy egg. And selling that to customers and saying that, hey, this is a new game and it has a really crappy game cartridge thing. Have you seen all the new 21 stuff for all EA's games? They look like trash.
I was one of the smart ones that didn't buy.
I'm just saying, just seeing the game cartridges, dude. So it's literally like selfies and stuff. It's literally just like pictures. It's nothing like unique. Even I think NBA 2K has a better gaming. I forgot what it's called, but the gaming art. There we go. The game art for like their for their cartridges and stuff and whatever they're selling their games with. Dude, it's so lazy.
Like the artwork for the box?
Yeah, like UFC 4, it literally has like two of like the most prominent people in UFC right now just going like this, just like flexing, and then it's like them in sweatshirts, and then like the rest of them like punching people that's like in the background. It's like other pictures. It's stupid.
I will say
it's freaking stupid.
The thing I like about the UFC games, the only thing I like is I've seen one of my coworkers showed me like the YouTube videos of how they're all, like spazzing out.
Oh yeah, the Jenkins animations.
That's like the only thing I like about it.
That's actually the only good EA game that's related to sports is the UFC games.
Why? Because they're so bad?
No, they're actually decent.
Except the new one.
No, it's not.
Did you see how broken it was?
I did not see the new one.
As a video game donkey played it.
Oh, yeah.
He was showing how broken the game is.
Was it WWE 2K broken?
Yeah, worse than that.
How can it get worse than that? Okay.
No, WWKE was worse, I think. Yeah.
Wait, WWKE?
Or 2K, whatever it's called.
Yeah, that one.
The 2K
Yeah.
The 2K wrestling game that was that came out earlier this year.
Wait, WWE 2K Sports.
You mean WWE 2K21?
Yes, that one.
Okay.
Whatever it's called. I don't know. I don't play sports games.
You said 2KE?
I don't care what it's called, dude.
Sounds like the off-brand version.
Yeah, that sounds like some BC's crap right there.
The off-brand.
So when you're like looking at it from like an actual business perspective, right? The thing is with these sports games, they need to be made every year because every year there's a new season of the game. And so it's like they're forced to make these unfinished bad games because people want to buy them, right? If people never wanted to buy the games, they wouldn't be making them. And so like all we can do is blame ourselves. Me, I don't buy those games. Those games are trash. I would never do that. But if you're mad at like EA for making trash games, why are you buying their trash games, right?
Facts. I don't get the people that buy these games and then they get mad at them and post it on Twitter to the developers saying, "Oh my god, look how evil the game is."
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
I mean, you're the one who's
it.
buying the game, dude. Like
Idiot sandwiches.
That is a good
But here's what you could
what
do.
you said is like each year it's because there's new players in the NFL, so they have to make a new roster in the video game and everything. So
it's like they
does
don't
kind of make sense.
like they don't. They're not incentivized to make like a new engine and make everything all updated and stuff because people don't care about that. They're gonna pay $60 for the same game with just the new roster.
$70 now.
Okay, wow, 70. Okay,
Next
listen.
gen,
Yikes.
Because they think that we should have to pay more for the experience that we're getting. Jacob.
Yeah, sure, dude.
Okay.
Whatever.
Weren't they like? Wasn't it like $40 during like the N64 days?
It was probably cheaper than
30
that.
or something.
I just remember when it was 50.
Like GameCube,
49,
yeah, GameCube and PlayStation were like 50.
Yeah, I remember.
PlayStation 2 was 50, and then they changed it to 60 during like 360 PS3 years.
Yeah.
So
now we're all the way up at 70.
Yep.
Yeah, so when's it gonna be like $1,000 for a video game? How many years out until
100 years from now?
100 years. There you go. Gotcha.
100 years.
$1,000 per game.
You're paying more for the game than for the console.
I mean, at that point, you become the console.
That's the future, honestly.
Honestly, I think your brain already is a console. You just picture whatever game you want to play in your head. I don't want to be an old fart here, but that's pretty much what it is.
So, any more thoughts from you guys on EA? Like, what do you guys? Well, Eddie, did you want to say something? Did you want to add something?
I mean, Jacob and Michael pretty much slapped the nail on the head. I didn't really need to say much. So.
Well, I mean, like EA, obviously, the whole microtransaction thing that they're doing is...
They did the same thing with FIFA 21, I guess.
Yeah. No, FIFA 21 is literally the same game as FIFA 20.
Right.
The same exact game.
And I think they actually got sued again. I could be... I did research on this like 2 weeks ago, because that was the last time I read up on this, because I really don't want to have to read up on EA news. If I do that, I literally feel depressed.
True.
But they were saying how... this article was saying how EA got caught again, and it was by the British government. Like our government's not doing anything about it. It's either that or they just don't care, which fine, whatever. Yeah. But like, bro,
well, I mean,
I think they have bigger problems to worry about right now. There's more pressing issues in America than microtransactions.
I mean, look, they're partially happy about that because there are taxes involved in there.
Yeah. But
actually, no, there isn't, because if you buy it online, there's no taxes.
Mm-hmm.
True.
So, never mind. But anyway, but they, the UK was like, yo, EA, you did it again, but you did it with FIFA 19. And they were saying how, we don't see how this will be a problem with children either. Mm-hmm. We understand Battlefront 2. But with FIFA 2021 and 20 and 19, it was a completely different thing. Like, kids just want to play their soccer games. They want to have they want to be able to play Eduardo and Antonio, whatever those stupid people are.
Ricardo.
Ricardo, Da Vinci, whatever the hell these people's name are that freaking are on soccer.
Lionel Messi.
David Beckham.
David Beckham.
He doesn't even do. Does he still?
I don't know.
I thought he just models now.
I've never paid attention to soccer,
anymore.
Dude.
Yeah,
they still put him in as a microtransaction.
Wait, did he really?
Yeah. I mean, they put Colin Kaepernick into.
In Madden 21.
As a free
agent. He doesn't even play.
As a free agent.
He's listed as a free agent in real life.
He doesn't even play anymore. He doesn't even play good either. He doesn't play at all.
Yeah, and they gave him a better they gave him a better like quarterback rating than like a lot of the quarterbacks in the NFL. Who have a better rating.
I got another thing to slap EA in the face in on that is with their George Floyd month situation thing, when they were like, racial stuff is horrible, we need to fix this, so we're gonna put a black screen on Need for Speed, on Need for Speed Heat, and on freaking Madden 20, because they didn't have Madden 21 when that stuff was happening. So they did it on that, and they did it on freaking 21, and then they're going to give you Colin stupid-ass Kaepernick. That dude doesn't play. Nobody cared about him. Why should I care? Like,
a lot of people cared about him, clearly, right? Like, he's in the game, so clearly a lot of people cared about him.
Yeah, it seems like EA cared about him.
Yeah, so.
Disney cares about him.
Hey, look. They were like, look, Colin, we want to make sure that we are not as racist as possible. Okay, so just be here, have your throw out, all the good stuff, and we'll just make sure your face looks perfect and all that. And yeah, just sit down, just, look pretty, and put on your lipstick and all that bullshit. And, yeah, just...
Wait, is EA British? Wait,
I think they are...
Are they?
They have different...
Their CEO is a British dude.
Oh, gotcha.
As of this moment.
Alright.
which may or may not change. Probably freaking never.
You never know.
But
You literally look like a hummingbird, like jabbing the air like that when you're knocking your head up and down.
Good. Anyways, so yeah, I think, obviously I agree with you guys. EA definitely. They just do a lot of things to the gamers that make the gamers unhappy, unsatisfied. But like Jacob was saying, why do you guys keep buying the games if you're so unhappy? Like, stop buying these games if you're not satisfied with EA.
I have to make the place that I work at. I have to make people not buy these stupid games. I'm not even joking.
But
I'm not even joking.
Something that EA has, I think, something that EA personally has done good recently is they have started listening to the gaming community. Like, they fixed Battlefront 2. It took them a long time, but they did.
Well, they didn't fix that.
Well, DICE did, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
God,
DICE
wow.
did, yeah.
That hurt me.
And then, like, obviously, Respawn, they're not EA, but, like, they work under EA. They're probably the only thing EA has left that's good.
That and DICE.
Well, I mean, yes, DICE.
Swedish.
DICE is going through a lot of changes with the new CEO involved.
Yeah.
So he made them cancel the new Battlefield that was supposed to come out this year because he said it was garbage, and he's like, I am not going to let the fans of Battlefield play this because they will be disappointed. And I was like, dang, all right, respect, But
I can't believe EA was like, I can't believe EA would just let it slide like that.
True.
Because Battlefield, for the most part, is known for having its trashy, multiplayer releases, especially buggy as hell. So the fact that he was like, no.
Well, I think
no. He did a Consuela. He was like, no.
I think personally though, like again, that's definitely not. So yeah, I guess like that's not really EA doing that. It's more the developers who work under EA that are doing that.
But technically speaking, it is EA as well. I mean, we don't give them enough credit because it was them. If it wasn't for EA, then we would or would not have this game right now. True. Right.
And like Respawn has been doing a good job. Like
Titanfall 2, Titanfall 1, really good.
Jedi Fallen Order.
I didn't care about that game.
I mean, I liked it. It was like a Dark Souls mixed with Star Wars.
If I want to play Dark Souls, I want to play Dark Souls. I'm not going to play a discount version of that game.
Okay, true. But yeah, I think EA, like as a whole, they definitely there's a lot of things in their company that they need to fix. I personally believe that they're just not they're not in it for the gamers. They're just in it for the money. And they don't really care about us per se. They're just like, yo, give us your money and we'll give you games.
I mean, that's kind of
it doesn't matter what kind of quality it is.
So high up as a company.
True.
You start expanding more and more, and you get lost in what you started in.
They are in the top 3 in terms of the most profitable gaming publishers ever.
True.
Yeah, I mean, their stuff makes a lot of profit because they don't really need to pay their boys to do much work because they don't do much work on their games.
Exactly.
They still charge the same amount.
And at the same time, you have the children that spend money on their mom's credit card. To get the next Leon Messi, so it's like whatever, it works in their favor, and they have it in Madden, they have it in the hockey game as well. Is that 2K or is that EA?
NHL?
Yeah,
both of them make NHL games.
What?
I mean, EA makes the NHL games, but 2K has their own version of NHL. Yeah.
So 2K technically has the better sports games.
Yeah, you could say that.
Okay.
I'd say it divides because I have played the EA hockey game. It's
it's
but as far as basketball, I'd say the 2K is better.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, like the new 2K NBA game.
Did you see the
21?
next gen trailer for it?
Yeah,
it does look good, but at the same time, it looks exactly the same.
Yeah, I mean,
as far as football,
you can't really make it
NFL Street
better.
NFL Street,
hands down.
Okay, yeah, I can agree with that.
How? I don't know about that game.
Best sports game, Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Oh, true.
Guys, it's Backyard Baseball 05 on the
Oh my gosh, dude.
That was the best game ever.
Of course you bring up baseball, Jacob.
Backyard
You're the
baseball.
only one that watches baseball still.
Baseball's a great sport, tell you what.
Oh my god.
But all the backyard sports. They had the good old backyard cast. They had Pablo Sanchez, who's the best at every single sport, even though he was like 2'2". This guy was insane.
You're sounding like the Backyardigans from Nickelodeon.
Yeah,
right
exactly.
Advertising every single backyard thing that exists.
Exactly.
But yeah, so I think we can all agree EA bad, BAD. not BADD, just BAD. Bad.
What's the difference? Please explain.
BADD is like good bad.
I don't get it. It's an
Never mind.
oxymoron.
Anyways, back to the subject. So the next company we're gonna look at is Ubisoft. Who wants to start? Who wants to start there with us?
Jacob, I think you're the most flaccid out of all of us.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Hey, Jacob, who is Ubisoft?
Do I be?
Ass Creed.
Who is Ubisoft?
I'm not reading out the Wikipedia page again. Okay.
Oh, come on, why not, bro? It's so
You want me to
fun.
read out the Wikipedia?
Yeah.
page?
Who is Ubisoft?
Wiki me,
I'm curious.
Wiki me.
Wiki me?
Wiki me, bro.
Right, who is Ubisoft?
Ubisoft Entertainment SA is the French video game company headquartered in Montreal, with several development studios across the world. It publishes games for several video game franchises, including Rayman, Raving Rabbids, Prince of Persia, Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, Just Dance, and the Tom Clancy series. That is Ubisoft.
No, Ubisoft.
Do I? Alright, yeah, so
Anyways,
yeah, Assassin's Creed, that's pretty fun.
Assassin's Creed was fun
Yes.
a long time ago.
Yeah,
Even-
it
even-
snapped that black flag.
Yes, I agree.
Even Origins, I don't get. You guys don't talk about Origins
Origin-
much.
it
That
wasn't
wasn't that bad.
The
story was good.
You want to do us a favor and leave?
Okay, fine. Goodbye. This obviously isn't my house. I'll leave. Go to hell, both of you.
Whoa.
But they have Rayman, though. So, Rayman
And they have the bunny
Legends?
people.
Yeah, Rayman.
The bunny people.
Wait,
Yeah.
we're talking about like Rayman Legends?
Yeah.
And they have the
Raving
autistic
rabbits.
Down syndrome bunnies.
Yeah, they got the...
Oh, Rabbids?
Whatever the hell those
the
things
rabbits,
are.
yeah.
Yes.
That's a stupid game, honestly.
Bro.
They go. They go that.
I
They
remember,
do that, right?
remember that
Okay.
game they made for the Switch when Mario? It was like the Mario and Rabbids
Mario
game.
versus Rabbits.
Yeah, I don't know what it was called, but it was really dumb.
I think it was that Mario versus Rabbits. I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
But yeah, what are your guys' opinion on Ubisoft? Like, where do you think they stand?
They're in
on
the
this
middle of 50% and trash.
What does that even mean?
Okay.
That's honestly a thinker right there.
Okay, so 50%, they make good products 50% of the time. And then
Okay.
occasionally they make trash, like Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Okay.
And Assassin's Creed Origins, which I thought was actually a pretty good Assassin's Creed.
Man.
But it still had its problems. I think that's it, honestly. I think that's all I got on them that just really makes them trash
Watch
now.
Dogs 2.
Watch Dogs 2, I enjoyed that game. How dare you?
I mean, the story was not that great.
I mean, the story wasn't good, but the soundtrack was awesome.
The soundtrack was good, but that doesn't make the game good.
Or no, it does not. But the gameplay was a lot better.
Okay, it was a lot better. It looked nicer, but the story was...
It looked nicer. It looked worse than Watch Dogs 1, to
Did
be
it?
honest. Yeah, dude, it looked worse.
Not for me. I don't know what you were playing on.
The freaking Xbox One, of course it looked
Oh,
worse
that's
for
why
me.
But, yeah. Michael, Jacob, you guys have anything to say on Ubisoft?
Well, one thing
I'm
about,
hyped for freaking Watch Dogs Legion. I can't wait for that game.
True.
One thing about Ubisoft is they when I was reading out the Wikipedia article for it.
Did you skip it?
You know, they did do the Tom Clancy series, so that they have Rainbow Six Siege, and that's like a relatively popular esport, like at least for live streaming. I see
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
pretty popular up there.
Don't include
So-
the Division, please. You said Tom Clancy. So that means you generalized every single Tom
Hey,
Clancy
listen,
game.
I'm just saying Rainbow Six Siege. Okay, that's the one specifically that
Okay.
you know I know is pretty popular, and
Mhm.
so
Splinter Cell.
I know like EA like really hasn't had that many popular like esport type games, and like
Mhm.
that's not really necessarily the people that they cater to,
Mhm.
but that is like one thing that like Ubisoft actually has like done differently. They've actually went towards this more like competitive nature,
Mhm.
at least in that specific game, which is like I don't think they really did that much before, really. Like I mean esports haven't really been around for that long, but like
Yeah.
the fact that
I mean, they've been
made that
around
game-
for like 10 years.
well, yeah, but I mean like 10 years is still like relatively short in most of these video game companies.
I mean, that's fair.
Like
Yeah.
lifespan.
Yeah, that's fair.
So
Yeah, and I don't recall Ubisoft making anything like Siege before, so you're probably right. I mean, if there is something, it probably went under the radar. It wasn't like
Mhm.
that big of a it wasn't a huge phenomenon like Siege is becoming. Because I remember when Siege first came out, and a lot of people were like not liking it, and now like 2 years after the game came out, everyone's like playing it. Everyone's like,
Mhm.
oh, this game's so good. They fixed all the bugs, yada yada. It's a really fun game to play now, and I'm like, 2 years too long, man. I'm on to new games now.
Exactly.
And that's a crappy game design too, to like fix it later, release it now.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I'm preaching to the choir here with that, but that's basically what every single game company is doing. And they did that as well. That's what I forgot to mention with Ubisoft as well, is that they did that with Breakpoint. Ghost Recon.
Oh
Breakpoint.
yeah, that
I
game.
loved Wildlands. I don't know if you guys ever played that game.
Was fun.
That was a fun game. It was so cool. The demo.
That was a fun game.
The demo of
to play
that
with
game was
people.
cool. It was so much fun. And you can customize your character. You can make your lesbian look however you lesbian you want to make it.
Are you forced to play as a lesbian?
No. I made my character a freaking lesbian. I made her freaking butch and bald, bro.
Hey, there you go.
It was great.
Slay Queen.
Slay Queen.
Okay.
It's the current year.
His name was Carol.
His name? Her name?
His
Or
name.
His name.
His name was Carol.
Damn.
Carl.
Coral.
Well, I'll say for me, when it comes to Ubisoft, because that's my favorite company.
Okay. So biased. Okay.
I'm surprised you're not always heartless playing Ubisoft games.
Well, I've been playing Assassin's Creed ever since the first one, and of course I stopped, at Black Flag.
Okay.
I mean, I tried, the next ones. I tried Odyssey, Origins.
Dude, don't even try with Odyssey. Spare yourself.
But
You're basically playing Valhalla part 1.
I will say probably one of the most creative things, and I actually, it slipped my mind, but one of the most creative things that Ubisoft has made is probably Avatar the game.
Avatar?
Yeah.
Oh wait, is that the blue people?
Yeah.
Is that the game that they're coming out with soon?
No. I remember
Because they never
I remember that
released
game.
it yet.
No, I remember playing that game. Avatar the game.
Right, but they're releasing a new Avatar game.
No,
right?
yeah, but I played the one he's talking
This
about.
was the one in 2009.
Yeah, like when the movie came out. I remember playing that game. I played it on PS3. It was not that great.
But
No movie license game is great, except for
something
X-Men.
that Jacob had said, that they were only around for like 10 years. I actually thought that was true.
The esports, you mean?
No, the Ubisoft.
Oh no, he was saying esports has been around for 10 years.
Okay.
Yeah. Ubisoft has been around for longer, but
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was going to say, because this is another game that I liked, probably a little bit more than Assassin's Creed, actually, and that's Far Cry. And now looking at the first
Far Cry is so good.
back in 2004,
True.
that's
The first Far Cry game?
16 years ago.
Oh my god.
That's
What about Far Cry 2 though? South Africa? That was good. Or was that North Africa? Anyway, it doesn't matter.
It was Africa. That's all you need to know.
Okay, fair enough.
are they coming out with a new Far Cry? Did I
Yeah,
Far
they
Cry
are.
6.
Far Cry
They're
6.
coming out with that guy that's in
from Breaking Bad.
Yeah, the guy
Yeah.
Gus from
Yes.
Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
He's a great villain. He has a cool ass voice too. So yeah.
He's also the villain in The Mandalorian.
and he's also in
Yeah.
The Boys season
He's also
2,
in The Boys season 2.
which you have not watched. Shame on you, both of you.
Hey, we can watch it now because all the episodes are out.
Wait, what do you mean?
Yeah,
both
they
of
are.
us?
Huh?
The Boys, the TV
We
show.
have
I've
watched
been no. You have not watched it.
We're
I've
not
been
caught up.
aching
That's
to.
what he's saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We're not caught up.
And on the last note, I will say that they're actually coming out with a new game, Ubisoft, called Hyperscape.
Oh, they
I've
already
heard
came out
about
with it. It's already out.
It's already out?
Yeah, it's already out.
Wait, when did it come out?
I think a month ago.
Oh my gosh. I'm
Maybe
way behind.
it was a beta.
Is
I
that
could
their
be
Battle
wrong.
Royale game?
Yeah, it's their battle royale game. It's basically Overwatch,
The
and
first-
Fortnite had a baby.
It's like the first person one that
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you
yeah.
can like teleport or whatever.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks fun.
I'll be honest with you.
I might try it out.
I don't like battle royale games. I think they're cancer to the game society.
So-
I will never play them. I did play, however, PUBG on mobile. I had more fun playing that game than I did on my freaking Xbox.
The only battle royale I played was Fortnite because JoJo told me that I would get a lot of views on Twitch if I played Fortnite.
Where are you at now, son?
Shout out to Earth
I
Toast.
actually got 14 viewers when I did a 11-hour stream.
And I bet they're all 14-year-olds as well.
Probably.
I don't care who they were. I just got viewers.
Fair enough.
But yeah, shout out to Earth Toast. That's
Twitch.tv.
Twitch.tv//Earth Toast.
Yep.
Whatever Jacob said.
Don't do backslash. It won't work.
Yeah, it
Use-
won't work. You're right.
use
That's
forward
that's JoJo's Twitch channel, guys. You should.
Also, shout out to the Book of Simba.
The
as
Book
well.
of Simba.
Yeah.
The Book of Simba's Twitch.
Circle.
Twitch.
Can we sing the song, please?
The Book of Simba.
Sing it, Michael. Sing it with me.
No.
Wait, which song are we singing?
The beginning of the Lion King. Where it
You
was
mean
like
the circle of life. And it moves
La 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 la.
Bro, we're peeking this microphone right now.
Despair and hope.
Okay, we can stop the autistic screeching now.
That's a way to get a shout out from us.
Through fate. No, okay. All right, I'm done. All right. So yeah, Ubisoft. My bad. Ubisoft. Personally, I think they're a pretty good company. They have made some pretty bad games, but overall,
Breakpoint.
yeah,
Odyssey.
Like overall, for the most part, I do think they are on the side of the gaming community. Like they want to provide the gaming community with the best games they can, or best games that they can provide us with anyways. Like they have let us down in the past with the Watch Dogs graphics, like at EA when they showed us these amazing graphics for the game, and then we got the game.
EA never does that.
Not EA, E3.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good, yeah.
Sorry.
EA
Like at the
2012.
the E3 show, they showed us the Watch Dogs graphics. And everyone was like, "Oh, it looks so good." And then you got the game, and you're like, "Why does this look like freaking GTA San Andreas?"
Okay. That is not fair. That is not fair. GTA 4. Okay, GTA 4.
Okay, GTA 4.
GTA freaking 4.
But still, they had a lot of problems like that. I think earlier in this earlier in the 2010s, they just had a lot of presentation issues.
It's not presentation issues. It's just they
No. Basically they showed us a product and we got something lesser than what they showed us.
They pretty much did that.
They lied
back from Far Cry 3.
They lied to us. Yeah. But recently they've been doing a lot better. I feel like the games have been looking a lot better. Like Origins and Odyssey did look good.
Oh, yeah, Origins looked exactly the same.
Yeah.
And
Odyssey I think looked the same.
Yeah, it did.
Far Cry 5 looked the same. They've been doing good recently.
They said they were going to fix that in the marketing campaign.
Yeah, and I mean they do
years
microtransactions as well, but they don't push it in your face a lot like EA does.
Yeah, they do.
I mean they do, but not like EA.
Have you played Breakpoint day one?
No, I mean that's Breakpoint. Okay, that's a garbage game.
Fair enough.
Okay.
But that's pretty much when they kind of started that garbage.
Okay, anything Tom Clancy, they're gonna force the microtransactions on you because that's Tom Clancy.
That's screwed up to the license for Tom Clancy.
I mean,
he's dead.
I believe Tom Clancy's family wants the money though.
I mean, why not?
But knowing Ubisoft, they probably flaccid them freaking 5% of that 95%.
Here's 5% of the the $10 billion you made. Oh, why really give you 5%? Don't worry about it.
You have enough to pay for your stupid child.
Wait, 5% of 10 billion is a crazy amount. Dude.
I mean, it's still good.
Like a couple $100 million. Okay, fine. That's insane.
0.1%.
Yeah, that's like $500 million or whatever. That's still really good.
All right, maybe for us it's good, but I don't know.
Bro, you think Tom Clancy's family won't take $500 million? Of course they're going to take $500 million. Anyone would.
I mean, I know I would.
Exactly.
But yeah, so who was the next? So wait, EA.
Weird.
Oh, Naughty Dog. What are your all's opinion on Naughty Dog?
F them. Go to hell. Die. Burn in a fire. Get run over by a car.
Eddie really hates Naughty Dog.
Get stolen by a van.
Here's the thing. Here's what I have to say about. I'll start off with Naughty Dog because I'm a big Naughty Dog guy, but not recently. So ever since Mr. Neil Druckmann took over Naughty Dog Industries, what?
I'm looking at who Naughty Dog was, and I see Last of Us.
Yeah, they made Last of Us, Uncharted, Jak and Daxter, Crash Bandicoot. Crash Bandicoot was their first, I think, big game that came out.
So the ones who made Last of Us also made
Crash Bandicoot. And Jak and Daxter.
And Jak and Daxter.
I have mixed feelings now.
But
because I honestly believe Last of Us was the worst game ever made.
Which one?
Both.
Oh my gosh, dude.
I see where he's coming from with that. Gameplay wise, I get where he's coming from. Story wise, no, you're wrong. But gameplay wise, yes.
Character wise, it's literally like they said, hey, let's throw some feminist in there.
You're talking about the second one.
That's the second one. The first one's not like that at all.
I mean, it was there.
Huh?
Wasn't there a woman in there?
Yeah, it was
there
a
was
little girl
one.
that was 11 years old named Ellie. Yeah, there was that.
There was one woman who
Make
died.
a feminist game. What?
There was one woman in there who died.
It's cringe.
Oh, actually, no, there were two.
Jacob,
There were two in there, and they both died. 2 women in Last of Us, and they both died. So.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah.
Wait, they did die?
They both of them died. Yes.
I mean, except for
I wasn't
the
saying
girl.
that like I was excited or anything.
Hey, definitely seems like it, bro.
Either way.
It's fictional.
You're talking
it's a game.
either way. No. It doesn't matter, Michael. You don't want that stuff forced down your throat, okay? I don't mean it like that. Like that's what he said. But like, bruh, you're talking about the second Last of Us game. You're not talking about the first one. Like the first one didn't have any of that, and if it did, it was like very low key. Like they didn't shove it in your face.
Wait, I thought the girl from the first one, she's the same one from the second one, right?
Yeah, but grown up. She's like grown up in the second one.
Really?
Yeah. But yeah, I think for Naughty Dog personally, like, you know, they started off really well. You know, the Crash games were really good.
Uncharted.
Jack and Daxter, really good. Uncharted. All 4 Uncharteds, in my opinion, were really good. And then Last of Us, you know, the first Last of Us is my personal favorite game of all time. And then you have this Last of Us 2. And you build up this hype for this game, to a sequel to one of the best games of all time. Literally stated one of the best games of all time, like, you know, on their website, and like it won over 200 Game of the Year awards. And it literally broke records, okay? And then you come out with this game.
Who lies in the marketing.
You lie to us.
In the marketing,
okay? You come out and you bring us this game. You allow people to, you allow people to get hyped for this game. You allow someone to hack into your system or whatever, and you allow them to expose parts of the game. And then people see this and they're like, Naughty Dog, is this true? And you guys deny it, saying, no, none of that's true. None of this is in the game. We get the game, and it's literally exactly what the guy leaked to us. And all of us are sitting here going, I feel like I've been lied to in some way.
and on top of that, they lied in the trailers too.
And on top of that, Sony was going and deleting people's YouTube videos, comments, if you hated on The Last of Us 2 because, you were disappointed as a fan. They would literally delete your stuff. I'm sure Naughty Dog was doing it too, but like Sony was the one that I saw that was going around doing that. So like, how dare you guys do that? As a gaming company, you hate on the gamers because they're voicing their opinions on your crappy game, and you're going to sit here and say, yo, we're right, you're wrong, we're deleting your comment or video because you're hating on our game. I'm like, what? No. Like, let the gamers voice their opinion so you know what to do better next time. Because right now it just sounds like you don't care.
I mean, what to do better is just you should have canceled the game.
No, like
rewrote the game originally.
And then what they did with their employees, like putting them through all that extra work and not paying, the crunch time, and not paying them enough, or like not giving them extra money. And like, you're just sitting here going, oh, that it's normal here. That's normal? That's not what I want to hear as as someone who like dreamed of working for your company. I would never work for your company after hearing that.
To be fair to them though,
heck that.
To be fair to them, we don't know what it's like to run a company like that. We don't know how much money you have to invest in that.
I understand.
Especially since COVID.
No, I understand, but like when you're putting your employees through crunch time and not giving them bonuses or anything because of it, like that makes me feel like, as an employee, that makes me feel unwanted, uncared for. Cheated out of like, that extra money I could have been making at some other place.
Right.
Because like CD Projekt Red, they had crunch time and they paid their employees a little extra money for that. It's like, why can't Naughty Dog do that? CD Projekt Red is smaller than Naughty Dog.
Way smaller.
And they pay their employees more money. I don't understand that.
Company.
But hey, that's just my opinion on Naughty Dog. They were once a good company, but after this whole Last of Us 2 thing, it's really hard to support them. It's really hard to back them up on anything right now. So I'm a little hesitant to buy their next game. I don't know if I will. I'll have to look up, I'll have to keep up with this one next time, because after Last of Us 2, I don't trust them. So.
Yeah, you're gonna buy their next game. You're gonna do it. You're gonna do it. Yeah. You're saying that now, when it comes out, you're gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. No,
I'm serious. Like, if it's a Last of Us 3, I don't want it. Like,
that's funny.
I was just
they literally ruined The Last of Us.
Because I'm looking right here, and there's 3 Last of Us games that said that they made.
They made an expansion.
Left Behind.
They made an expansion.
The other one? Yeah, that's the expansion. Yep.
Yeah, that's the expansion.
That one was I wasn't. It was alright.
That was one about Ellie, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was alright.
Yeah. That's when she discovered her sexuality.
Yes.
Okay.
It was No, she actually did. She actually did. She discovered she was she was into girls.
Very gay.
And not guys.
Right, so the whole game was based around you playing while Like she.
You're
figured
playing an
out-
11-year-old who's discovering her sexuality. That's
14,
literally left
14,
behind.
14.
Whatever.
14.
It's still weird, okay?
That makes a difference.
Yes, it does.
It
does.
It's still weird, dude. No, she wasn't 14 in that game, in that part of it. I thought she was younger because it was a flashback.
Oh, facts.
So
Okay,
she was
fine.
like 11 or 12 or something. I don't know, dude. It was. I was not a fan of the Left Behind add-on, but some people liked it. You know, whatever. Okay, good for you.
That's strange.
Life is Strange.
That was a good game.
That was a good game.
Who made that one?
Square Enix.
Square Enix.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Square Enix makes really good games.
Yeah, they do. Kingdom Hearts, you know.
Hearts suck.
Final Fantasy,
Fantasy.
50-50.
Don't
That-
care.
Huh?
But Kingdom Hearts though.
Yeah.
Tomb Raider.
Don't care.
The new Tomb Raiders.
The
Square
most
Enix
recent
is
one
pretty
was
good.
kind of trash, and then
Oh, yeah,
they had
yeah,
the same
Shadow-
exact people make the freaking
We're talking about
Marvel.
Shadow of the Tomb Raider?
Yes.
Yeah.
Then they had the same people make the freaking Avengers
Avengers.
game.
Ugh.
How? How do you mess that up?
Dummies, man. Anyways, what do you guys have any more opinions on Naughty Dog? Or
You said everything that needed to be said. Jacob,
you think?
I think they're pretty good. I think they've made a bunch of good games.
I mean, they have. They
Oh,
have.
yeah, they
Now, like, yeah, everyone's gonna be complaining about like the most recent thing, but I think it's important when you're thinking about like gaming companies. It's not all about the most recent release. It's
No,
about
yeah.
their history of good games that they've made before.
No,
so like,
yeah.
yeah, maybe this one was bad. Maybe they messed up a whole bunch of stuff. But like, I don't think it's fair to say, you know, I'm gonna give these guys a bad grade because you know they messed up one time.
I think I agree with that, but it will be a nail into their coffin now.
Well, sure, yeah. Like, I mean, if they
Because
continue to do it, like, that's
Yeah.
when you can say, oh, yeah, these guys
Yeah.
suck. But, like,
I have
when
to
you
doubt
look
they
at, like,
continue to do
EA,
it.
who makes a bunch of mistakes over and over and over again, I
Look.
don't think it's comparable to even put them on
As
a
much
similar
as
level.
as much as all four of us and the other people around here that know about video games piss on and poop all over EA for the crap that they release, they do not ban people from the Twitter account.
Well, sure, yeah. I mean, you know, I don't think that... I think that's just, like, an example of just, like, you know, some PR people trying to make their game look better. so
Look
they
better
can
as
make more
possible. Of
money.
course, yeah.
But, like, you know, I don't think that that's, like, a reason to say they suck because of it. Like, I mean, obviously it's not a good thing, and
Yeah.
like, they shouldn't have done that, but, like, I don't think it... it does definitely taints their reputation, but I don't think it destroys it, right?
And to be fair to Naughty Dog as well, it was under different management before.
It was.
So we had, I can't remember who the female, who the female director was before Neil Druckmann, but she made all those great games. And then Neil Druckmann, bars comes in and practically ruins the reputation of that great company.
yeah.
So I do. Part of me does. It's a weird mix of both. Where I think it's fair to say Naughty Dog's reputation is now a little bit messed up. Now it's basically messed up alcohol. Now, like it's just like no, I don't want you anymore because you're now the face of this company, and you have Sony, who is your bread daddy, banning people for like stuff that is bad about your game, and you don't want anybody to know about it. To be fair, like you want to sell as much games as possible.
Yeah.
I get that.
So are we getting banned for saying this stuff?
No. The drama,
I know.
the drama is over, and they're banning YouTubers too,
Yeah.
as well. Like that,
Yeah.
that's messed up.
I think Amy Hennig was the original creative director.
That sounds familiar. Yeah.
So before Neil Druckmann was Amy Hennig, and then Neil Druckmann came on with Last of Us. The
They
first
tried
one.
to get her fired, by the way.
No, they did get her fired.
Yeah,
Well,
for-
they didn't get her fired. Sorry, she stepped down. But
because of the drama.
yeah, Neil Druckmann tried getting her fired.
Mhm.
Yeah, because on Last of Us there was a lot of drama between them,
Mm-hmm.
and then she eventually stepped down because she was originally going to do Uncharted 4,
Mm-hmm.
and then she was like, "I'm out," and then Neil Druckmann was like, "Okay, I'll take over."
Right.
Coincidence? I think not.
So I have a random question for you guys. Because you had mentioned Last of Us, and I saw it here. So I noticed they made The Last of Us and Last of Us Remastered. So what are y'all's opinions, and what do you think the reason is that they always make a remastered game if they've already made the original?
Profit and interest.
Yeah. I mean, and also Naughty Dog. Oh, so Last of Us came out at the end of PS3's lifespan, or the end of like their the PS3's
Reign.
yeah. And then when the PS4 came out, they're like, "Hey, let's remaster Last of Us Remastered and make more money off of it."
It was kind of half.
That was more Sony than Naughty Dog that did that. But
well, like PS4 doesn't have backwards compatibility, right?
no,
Yeah.
and that was another reason.
I mean,
did it.
So-
they can have.
Yeah, no, obviously they can, but they choose.
But they're not. But they're
Well, they chose
lazy as
not-
hell.
yeah.
They're not
Well,
Xbox.
they
they're
chose not
Microsoft.
to. They chose not to because of this reason. They wanted to profit off
Yeah.
of like PS3 games, like so they wanted to make more money off of like old PS3 games, so they remastered them and put it on PS4 and saying, "Hey, it's remastered. It looks better. You should buy it again."
Yeah, I mean, like, I think remastered games are probably like the demographic isn't for people who've played that game already and don't want to play it. It's for the demographic is either people who
Haven't
want to
played
play
the
it again,
Right.
or have never played it and they
exactly.
have
Well, yeah.
PS4 and not the PS3, and they're like, well, why can't I play this awesome game that everyone talks about?
True.
Then that's the
Yeah, I
demographic
mean
that they're
that was
looking
a
for.
smart move for them because like obviously a lot of people went from Xbox 360 to PS4, and then a lot of people were like wanting to play Last of Us and Uncharted, so they brought them back.
Yeah.
So people
And
could
charge
play.
them.
Like I
full
mean,
price.
Yeah,
is
which is
it
dumb.
kind of like cheap, like a cheap way to get a quick buck? Sure. I mean, it's like you just like say, oh yeah, we're just gonna make it for like I'm not a video game developer, but I'm sure it's not that hard to
Right.
say this PS3 game is playable on PS4. It's probably not that hard to do that.
It's not.
So
If
like,
Microsoft can do it,
Yeah,
granted,
I
I
mean,
will
exactly.
say it takes a lot of money because you have to go
No,
to
yeah.
these developers and have them make sure the game's compatible on that. Well, technically speaking, it's like playing on a PC because everything
Yeah,
is,
yeah, yeah.
everything is already on PC. So basically, just Microsoft being like, "Yo, hey, you just like switch things up with code, and just put it onto here."
Yeah.
like
And they've
I don't
done
know
that.
how hard that is. Maybe that's the hardest thing in the world to switch
Right.
games, but it
When it comes to
doesn't
consoles,
seem
right.
like that. It doesn't seem like that hard of a problem. And so like I don't find it like a big deal because I think if you've already played it and you already enjoyed the game on PS3, then why are you mad? You don't have to buy the game, right? The game isn't for you to buy. The game is for other people who like haven't played it and like
True.
want the remastered version.
Yeah.
So like I don't think getting mad about like that stuff is like a reasonable like response to people doing remastered games.
Yeah.
Same thing with like how they put
Unless you're doing remastered Prince of Persia.
yeah
Which will be a
Yeah.
remastered remake in 2030.
Well, like the same thing is like at least like they released Sunshine, Mario 64, and all that stuff on the Switch. They like brought it to the Switch, and like it wasn't so that they were like I guess it's kind of like an easy cash grab, I guess. But like the main reason is it's so many people have the Switch that have never played those games
Right.
and want to.
Right.
And like they don't have like the means to like get a GameCube because like I mean GameCubes like they're not like that easy
Yeah.
to find. You can't just walk into
Exactly.
a GameStop and get a GameCube.
Exactly.
And so like it's for the people who don't have the access to the older games, and so that's why they want to remaster them and put them on newer consoles.
And to your point, Jacob, very good point. That's what I was saying to Bailey, who thinks that it's a dumb idea for Microsoft to like have multiple versions of Xbox, which is pretty much Xbox and PC. Yes, this is before the podcast was ever even made. My friend.
This was with Oliver.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
I wasn't saying that was dumb. I was saying it's dumb that they're like focusing too much on like I felt like they were focusing too much on the services and not the console. So like the consoles themselves are just becoming garbage.
I think they are
Because,
focusing
like-
on the consoles because
like-
it's basically saying if you want.
I mean, yes,
yes,
they proved me wrong with the Series X. But with the Xbox One and stuff like that, it just didn't look like they were caring about the console. They were only caring about the services and all the other. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
when they were first released the console,
Yeah.
yes, but
Like,
then
when
they
the
had their new
Xbox-
PR guy, Phil Spencer, fix that crap.
Yeah, I just didn't feel like the Xbox One, for me, it just didn't look like they cared when they were making the Xbox One. Like any variation.
When they showed it in 2013, yes, you're right.
I just
You're
didn't
right,
feel
yes.
like they were. Even the S and Xbox One X, I still felt like they cared more about the services than the console.
No,
that's my opinion.
I
That's my
mean,
opinion.
I get that, but I think
Like,
you're
just-
wrong on that
just from,
because
like,
why would the hell would they
seeing it-
release that and then make that more powerful than the PS4 Pro and the PS4? Like I don't think I understand how it slapped left and right the PS4 Pro. It slapped that Kit Kat all around.
Well,
bro.
that's when the Xbox One X came out, I'm like, why don't they just focus on PC then? At that point,
Why do they not have it? Why?
I don't know.
I mean, don't you think it would help
Maybe
them
you-
make more money
I'm
if
just saying,
they
like-
had an extra, if they had PC
Oh,
also?
sure,
under their belt?
sure. They can make more money with it, but
And it's also seemed more consumer
I
friendly
just
to them.
I just want them to actually go back to the 360 days where they cared about console gamers because to me it just doesn't feel like, or it didn't feel like they did. And after seeing Series X and stuff like that, it feels like they do more now. Like the Series S, I'm happy that I'm getting that. I'm really excited for it. But before that, I was just I don't see them caring enough about the console to
I think
want to buy it. You know what I'm saying?
So to your point, I think
Yeah.
that they care. I think they care less personally about the console for this generation.
Maybe
that's
they
coming
do.
up.
Maybe they do.
Because they have a Netflix console, which is the Xbox.
Netflix.
I'm gonna hear me out. That they have the Xbox Series S.
But that's what
It's pretty. I know. But I'm calling that the Netflix and the Xbox TV. I'm calling that the freaking Apple TV of gaming consoles. It has no disc port. It's literally just something that for you to play. It's literally because on Apple TV you can pretty much play games. Like you can do that as well. You can watch media and stuff. Like if you want to be serious and hard freaking core about it, then you get the Series X. Fine, fair.
True.
But if you also want, you're itching, Jacob. I can tell you.
Consoles are gonna die out soon.
Yeah.
Consoles. Yeah.
That's why Microsoft is doing
people
that.
talking about console gamers. We need to make sure that the consoles are good. Consoles are dead in like the next 15 years,
and that's why all
it's all going to be included on whatever TV or whatever monitor thing.
Exactly.
Everything's going to be PC. There's no reason to have a console because everything's going to be there already.
And now
you said everything's going to be online.
Yeah.
Oh no. Well.
Yeah.
Well.
Like even now, like if you look at like just the PS4 like games or like Switch games or like the Xbox One games or whatever, you can literally just download them offline. Like you don't need a
That
disc.
was Xbox pioneering. That was Xbox
No,
pioneering.
yeah, no,
you know
of
what
course.
I mean?
But like what I'm saying is like that's the future. It's like we don't need to have like a console actually there in order to play the game. I personally don't care about that, and I know a lot of people would just rather play the game, so it doesn't matter if there's a console or not.
But those are two different things, Michael and Jacob. Like the downloading thing and freaking consoles. Those are two different things.
Well, yeah.
Xbox had pioneered most of that crap. And people weren't ready for it.
Yeah.
Now people are, especially now COVID's a thing. People definitely are now. That's why they have a Series S.
Yeah, and like the whole like them putting Game Pass on your phone.
Yeah,
is like
which is badass as hell.
It's incredible.
It's so cool.
Like it's really fun. Like obviously I don't have an Xbox controller right now to like play the games.
You got your phone.
No, like it won't let you like do the screen. You have to have a controller.
You can get that you can get that like mounting kit.
Yeah, but like I'd rather have like just an Xbox controller because it feels more comfortable.
You can do that too.
Yeah, but
the wonders of Microsoft and the BS of PlayStation. But I'm still getting a PS5.
True.
but
for the exclusives.
That's pretty much it. Like games wise, Sony beats Microsoft out of the park. But in terms of the awesome availability of services and what you can do with games, like it's just so cool that Microsoft is doing that. Yeah. And they started it so many years ago with Game Pass. I thought that was going to fail on its ass. I did not think it was going to do that well.
I will say that's the one thing I do envy about PC players is that the only thing they really have to worry about is like upgrading whether it be a RAM or something like that, and as soon as they buy it they're like, okay, I'm good for about 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
Meanwhile
that's fair.
Console players are like, well, I gotta pay $50 for this game. Not even the game.
No, you forget the game. You're just talking about upgrading the PC.
The console.
Yeah. The console players, they're like, well, I know the new console is going to be out in like next 3-4 years.
Sure, but here's the thing. I don't think people. Maybe my math is completely wrong on this, but I think people realize you're still spending the same amount on a PC as you are on a brand new console anyway. My bad. I did not mean to say that. You're still spending money on a brand new PC or whatever RAM it is that you upgrade a graphics card than you are spending on a brand new console.
On the PC, you are.
On a PC, and
not the PC parts. See, PC players are spending parts maybe every 4 to 5 years.
Which is the same amount as getting a new console.
Probably longer, depending on what they get.
Exactly, because the brand new NVIDIA, the brand new NVIDIA cards.
No, I'm on your side. Like, I agree.
But still, like the brand new video cards that just came out, $700 for I think it's $700 or like $600 something like that for like the 380 or 390 or whatever that thing.
Yeah, but I agree with Michael because here's the thing. Like, if a PC gamer is smart, they will buy like higher end stuff that will last them 20 years. And they won't have to worry about it for 20 years.
Wait, what will last?
Okay, I don't know.
What would last them 20 years?
I'm not saying 20 years. I'm not saying.
You're not saying
you're not 20 years.
Exactly. You just said 20 years.
No.
Yeah. I'm exaggerating.
He's talking about that black market stuff.
No.
Yeah.
I'm exaggerating.
Western Digital blackout.
I'm exaggerating a bit, but some of the new graphics cards can last you like up to 10 years. Like they're that good.
They last pretty long.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like you don't have to worry about getting that stuff for a while. And like even then, like it might be okay by the time that 10-year mark hits, and you might be like, oh, it still works fine. What's the point of getting a new one? So like the thing with consoles though is they like they force you to buy a new one because it's like, oh, like these new games, new games aren't going to be on the old console. You got to get this one, or your games aren't going to look as good because you don't have these specs.
That's a fair point.
And,
and now Sony is getting into the Microsoft era, finally, of just releasing their PS4 games and exclusives on PC now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, because I think
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Demon Souls is coming to PC.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Okay. Yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn's on PC now.
Mm-hmm.
What else did they put on PC? Oh, Death Stranding. They ported that to PC.
What the hell? Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
my bad.
It was a bad. It's a walking simulator.
I mean, I've heard it's a good game by some people.
It's It's the USPS simulator. Okay, that's really all it is. He's delivered packages.
That's with Daryl.
At least we get to figure out what happened with those mail-in ballots when we play this game. He probably stumbled and all of them fell off and got lost.
So anyone else have anything else to say about Naughty Dog? Because this is actually a good transition to CD Projekt Red, I think.
Okay.
Because we were talking about companies who remaster games and stuff like that. So with CD Projekt Red, I don't know if anyone wants to say. I don't know if anyone wants to go first, because I did rant a lot on Naughty Dog. So, you want to say something about CD Projekt Red? I feel like you're the one that knows more.
I mean,
or
I know
follows them more than the rest of them.
So the weird thing with me and I guess the quote unquote relationship with CD Projekt Red is that my dad introduced me to The Witcher 1,
the first Witcher when
I was a freaking kid.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the first video games I've ever played. At least PC video games that I played. I sucked at that game. I died so much. And then The Witcher 2 came out. That was also a really cool game. A lot of boobies in there. I was a very happy child. The Witcher 3 came out. I was really hyped for that game. What?
Oh, my bad.
What?
Keep going.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so when they announced The Witcher 3 on the Xbox, I think it was the series... I think it was during the... either E3 or during the Xbox reveal.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember when The Witcher 3 came out prior to that.
It came out in 2013, I think.
Okay, so then it might have been during the reveal of the Xbox. Okay, then someone probably fact check me on that. Or just like
The Witcher 3?
The Witcher 3,
The Witcher 3.
When did it come
2015.
out? Oh, 2015.
Okay, so then probably... Okay, so then they probably did it 2014 probably when they were...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, I really enjoyed that game. Basically, I've had no problems with CD Projekt Red. They've done a really good business model with releasing their DLCs. They're really cheap, and you get so much out of those games.
Oh yeah.
Or sorry, out of those DLCs.
Yeah.
Especially, I can't remember. I think it's the Vampire DLC, which is obviously the biggest one. They pretty much followed the Assassin's Creed Origins / well, technically Origins followed them, but the Assassin's Creed style in terms of pricing and giving so much.
Yeah.
Because the DLC was so cheap for each and every single.
Yeah, was it $10?
It was $8-9.
Yeah,
$10. It was so cheap, and you got a huge new map for the last DLC. It was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It was really really worth it. So I've had no problems with CD Projekt Red. You sort of say I have a history with them, but yeah, I'm very excited for Cyberpunk, and I've been excited since they announced it all the way back in freaking 2010. 2013. whenever they announced that game, whenever that trailer they announced, and they said it'll be releasing when it's ready.
Yeah.
And that was 7 years ago.
I think Cyberpunk just got delayed.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
So it always gets delayed.
Wait. Hang on. How recent is that?
It says as of yesterday. Says it got delayed to 2077.
You know what? Even then, I'm still...
What's worse is I hit you guys with that joke not even a month ago.
I knew he was messing. But, yeah, because then...
You pulled a Batman on us.
Didn't they say Cyberpunk went gold a week ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's ready. It's ready to come out, boys. I keep seeing trailers with it, with the Keanu Reeves trailer.
Yeah.
Where he's get ready to come to Night City.
Dude,
Keanu Reeves... We're gonna have so much fun. He's doing this weird thing with his
And he can't... He's so chill, he can't even voice act. That's one thing I hate about Keanu Reeves. I love him. I'm sure he's a fluffy koala bear, but the dude cannot act.
Yeah.
He cannot act for the life of him. As far as I'm aware, he cannot act. I think his best acting career was The Matrix. John Wick, but
I love
Bill and Ted.
Bill and Ted
was great.
Bill and Ted 3.
I never watched Bill and Ted. I just watched the trailers, and he was and I just saw I I saw an old man trying to move.
I think that's like they were supposed to be like real awkward type people
Real cringy,
in Bill and Ted. So like he's just channeling.
I mean, he did that crap in John Wick 2, man. Have you seen? I mean, look.
I'm thinking I'm back.
He can slap people, but like, dude, like whenever he would try to beat someone up, yeah.
So for me, I think CD Projekt Red.
Great company so far.
I think
8 out of 10.
Yeah, I think they're a really good company. I think they could be the next Naughty Dog.
Be careful.
No, not in the bad sense. I mean the good sense, like the good Naughty Dog, not the bad Naughty Dog.
Okay.
Like because obviously they've only made like what 3-4 games.
Mm-hmm.
This is their 5th game,
and they've been working on that game since they've been working on The Witcher 2.
Yeah. So honestly, like this company is very dedicated to making their games, and they want the gaming community to be satisfied with their games. Like they only make good stuff. Like they are not satisfied. Like the whole reason Cyberpunk's been being pushed back so much is because they were not satisfied with it, and they want it to be 100% before they give it to us because they want us to be fully satisfied with their game.
We'll see how stable the game is before we even make that statement.
Well, no, I'm just saying. I'm just saying them as a company. I feel like they care about what we think.
They
like,
do.
They
actually,
want
no,
us.
they don't because they on their Twitter account they're like, I think this was like probably a year ago. They were like, hey, we need some people to make music for us. Like I thought that was really cool. They wanted to bring people like not just the Wiz Khalifas and the A$AP Rockies in the world. But they're like, hey, let's bring in our Twitter followers to help us make soundtracks for this song. But as far as I'm concerned, they didn't do that. They brought up Grimes and freaking Travis Scott and some other people.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay.
Honestly, though, that could have just been like a last minute like switch and decision. Like, yeah, this isn't gonna work. We need to do something else.
That's bad marketing on their part. Though.
Yeah, probably.
One. So you were talking about how they never made a bad game. Let me tell you about Gwent.
Oh, true. Okay, first of all...
Wait, they made Gwent?
Yes, they made Gwent. They made Gwent.
That was them?
And
yes!
Michael loves Gwent, but I have to say, from a card game player, top 200 Hearthstone player, by the way, from a card game player, they tried to rip off Hearthstone, and it did not work at all. It, like a lot of different, video game companies...
I never seen this passion.
A lot of video game companies have tried...
I'm debating stabbing you with these scissors.
A lot of video game companies have tried to make good card games. Gwent was not one of them.
They made Gwent?
Yeah, they made Gwent.
Oh
So,
God,
Hearthstone was good. Then there was a period in time around, 2018 when a bunch of different companies were trying to make card games. Artifact, Gwent, these, trash games everyone hated. And then... recently, Magic the Gathering has come online. Legends of Runeterra is pretty good. There have been some other video game companies making good card games, but Gwent was a failure. Okay, no matter how regardless of how good Michael thinks this is, and he'll tell me his opinion. Regardless of how good, purely based off of how much hype was built around it and how much it actually did, Gwent was a failure.
Okay.
At least it was supposed to be like a esport card game. Everyone hyped it up the first week of release. It failed miserably. No one plays Gwent anymore. It's a dead game. So, Michael, I would love to hear your rebuttal on that, but
I'm gonna add in my 2 cents real quick. This is gonna be really bad 2 cents. But I was watching Angry Joe's review of The Witcher 3 when The Witcher 3 came out around that year. I think it was maybe a sophomore in high school when that came out. And Angry Joe was saying how cool Gwent was. Yeah. And that's all I have to say.
Yeah. No, Gwent is not that good. At least of a card game.
And yeah, I played that on The Witcher 3.
I'm curious to hear.
And I sucked at it.
I'm curious to hear Michael's opinion on.
Let's hear Witcher. Tell us about Gwent. Tell us right now.
Yeah, because you look like you want to jag his ass with this freaking with this Mike's Harder can. So,
I mean, I'm quite shocked, to be honest. But I mean, let me just say, from a top 1 million Gwent, player.
There you go. If only there were 1 million players who played Gwent.
Let me just say right off the bat, first off, that Gwent is such a mystical and eccentric game that it gets you. And when I started playing this game, the first thing that came to my head was, it's such a immersive game, and it reminded me so much of how much it succeeded from a crappy game of Hearthstone. Because I thought of Hearthstone, and I thought of Hearthstone, and I looked at Hearthstone, and I thought, what in the world Blizzard was thinking?
You're right. I forgot that like the most successful card game ever created online is a failure. You're right. My bad. I forgot. Hearthstone sucks.
Maybe you mean the company's downfall with Diablo 4, Diablo mobile game.
Blizzard.
Sorry,
Blizzard
Diablo
has,
5.
Blizzard has really screwed up Hearthstone.
World of
in
Warcraft
the past.
re-release.
Hey, Blizzard has really screwed up Hearthstone recently, but I guess the past 3 years. But there's no denying that Hearthstone is way more successful than Gwent could ever be when it comes to being a card game. No chance. Gwent just failed miserably in terms of its success and its competitive playability. That's just
so funny.
I mean,
might it be immersive? Sure. It might not.
Let's keep in mind.
Immersive. Okay.
Let's
okay.
keep in mind. Hold
immersive
on.
in what way?
Excuse me, sir. You've
That's what
had
he
your
said.
turn to talk. Okay.
Do not Joe Biden me. Shut your mouth.
Okay.
Would you just
shut up, man?
Immersive, my ass.
I was the one that said it. He was the one that said it. So yell at him, not me.
Okay, first of all,
Would you just shut up?
I played Gwent in terms of 4 times. Okay, and those 4 times, I got enough to say that was crap.
True.
And forgettable.
True.
Like I thought that was literally just. I thought that was literally just
you're
a
talking
crappy.
about Hearthstone. Okay.
No,
I'm on board with you.
No.
Okay.
I'm not on PC, fam. I don't know about no Hearthstone. I never heard of that. What I did hear about was Gwent on The Witcher 3 as a minigame.
Mm-hmm.
I played that, and I was like, this may be the best minigame ever made, but that's not a lot to be said because a lot of minigames in AAA games are trash.
It may be the best what?
Minigame.
The best
Yeah,
what?
not denying.
Minigame.
The what?
Mini game.
Mini game. Oh, so when they created the game, they didn't treat it as a full game.
Yes.
Oh, so kind of like Hearthstone is a full game from Blizzard.
Hey, they
But
released it on PC as a full
isn't
game.
a full game.
They released it on PC as a full game. So that's might it have started as a minigame, might it have been a minigame?
Right.
Sure, whatever.
Right. But
I'm
when
just
they
saying,
created the game, they didn't treat it as a full game. They didn't put in
that's
their
what I'm
full
saying.
effort.
Yeah, sure. But that's why it was a failure. Because they didn't put in their full effort. And that's why it did not do as well as it was hyped up to be. It was hyped up to be the new card game. It was going to take over Hearthstone. But it wasn't. It didn't. No one plays Gwent. Gwent sucks.
Michael, you are a tomato right now.
He's so pissed.
I mean, Witcher's better than Hearthstone, so.
I mean, yeah, hey, I'm not gonna say that. Hearthstone sucks, but I'm just saying Gwent did not live up to the expectations that was.
Witcher
hyped
3
up to
came
be.
out when? Let's just be
geez,
clear,
dude.
2015, right?
Yeah, Gwent was released in 2018.
Okay, so basically, Blizzard's been screwing up 3 years ago. So that was 2017. So basically, when The Witcher 3 came out, and then, because that's when Gwent also came out, it was trash. While Blizzard was also succeeding up until 2017.
No, yo, Hearthstone was trash at that time, and Gwent still failed. That's the funny part about it. Hearthstone was already on the
Or did they
decline.
just retract the game?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. They released it as a full game on PC, and it didn't do well. Like, I'm just saying, that's how it do be. That's how it is, you know? Not my
This
fault.
is so funny, dude.
No. Blame CD Projekt Red for making a bad card game.
Those Swedish turds.
Not my fault.
Look, I can't, you know what? I can't add criticism because I don't like card games.
Card games are great.
I thought you were going to say because you were black.
Oh, yeah, that too. I like the gratatatas.
Wait a second, is that? Yeah, I guess it makes sense.
I like the San Andreas and the gratatatas in my life. That's just me.
On another note, Hearthstone so sucks. On another note, in all seriousness, I didn't even know, like, for real, that Saints Row was made by CD Projekt Red.
Wait, really?
They're not.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
They made Saints Row 2. I just looked it up.
Wait, let me look this up.
Wait, you mean like before they were named CD Projekt Red?
I don't know that. I just it came up. CD Projekt.
Maybe they
Saints
had the
Row 2.
development process in their multiplayer or something. That's interesting. Hang on.
Oh, it's CD Projekt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Volition Entertainment. So Volition and G5. So G5.
Wait, so CD Projekt made
They
Saints Row?
No, they didn't make it. They had a partnership. You know how there's Raven?
Oh.
So you know how there's Raven Software and Call of Duty, all the way back from Modern Warfare Remastered?
True,
Like
yeah.
how they made the multiplayer,
Hey,
just the multiplayer?
That still explains why Saints Row 2
was
really good.
it was a really well. It was okay. Like
It was really fun.
I'm a
It
Saints
was
Row.
really fun.
I'm
It
a
was really
Saints Row
fun.
fanboy.
Okay, wait. Which Saints Row is better?
Saints Row 2.
Okay.
To be fair, Saints Row 2.
Saints Row 2?
Saints Row 2.
Okay,
Because
so it's
Saints
really
Row
good.
1 was really buggy. Saints Row 2 was also rather buggy, but it wasn't really.
It was
buggy
really
like
fun.
Saints Row. Yes.
What did you think of Saints Row the Third?
Saints Row the Third was okay. I like
Yeah.
Glenn Moore
I liked
being
playing.
part of it.
I liked playing online for Saints Row the Third.
I never. So I was poor as hell. I never got a chance to play that game.
Let me
I
broaden.
had PS3, so it's
Let
I
me
played the
let
demo
me-
multiple times.
let me broaden the question. Saints Row or GTA?
GTA. GTA. Yeah.
But at the same time, I get why people would say Saints Row. But if you're gonna say Saints Row, say Saints
if
Row
they-
2 or Saints Row 4.
Well,
No,
I mean,
Saints Row 4?
Cooler multiplayer, yes, because you have.
Okay,
superpowers.
oh yeah, Saints Row
Yeah.
4 multiplayer, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Saints Row 2 because you get to poop on people.
That's true, you did.
gosh.
You're able to do that.
anyways, we're going on to the next one.
Wait, so
Microsoft. I think you should go to Microsoft / Bethesda.
I thought it was
wait,
Activision
so
was the
so what was your opinion on CD Projekt Red? Like you like them, right?
Yeah, I like them because I mean they're immersive. They made one of the best card games ever.
Alright, dude.
This is so fun. All right.
I mean, it takes a big man like Jacob to admit that Gwent is the best card game. So
You're right, my bad, I forgot. I forgot a game that no one plays anymore is the best card game ever created.
see, that wasn't so fun to say.
Yeah, my bad, sorry.
Anyways, on to the next developer, our last developer.
Microsoft / Bethesda. I think we should mention that.
What?
I thought
Microsoft
we were
/
gonna
Bethesda.
Activision, but-
No, we're not talking
Oh,
about.
and Activision.
No. Well, yes, that was Activision was the one we were going to talk about. That was the big next big one. We're
I
gonna
got
talk
excited. My bad. Okay.
About. Okay.
So we're talking about Activision.
Activision is our last one that we're going to go over. Obviously, there's way more gaming companies out there, but we're just focusing on these 5 today. We might come back to this later down the road and talk about some more companies, but Activision is the last one we're going to focus on today. So I think a lot of people have very different opinions on Activision, but they all consist of the same general idea.
Trash.
Yes. Activision,
Activision Blizzard. Activision Call of Duty.
Activision, and Bungie.
Oh well, thankfully they are now gone.
Yes,
from
I know.
The
But just look at what Activision did with the whole. Why can't I think of the game?
Destiny.
Destiny. Yeah, I don't know why I couldn't think of the game. Look at what they did with Destiny. Like Bungie says that the games were not good because of Activision. I don't know. I don't want to say that's true yet because obviously there's not a Destiny 3.
Yeah, we never worked there. We don't know.
But like the most recent stuff that has come out for Destiny, and there is something coming out for Destiny.
For next gen.
For PS5 and stuff like that.
Relatively speaking,
We'll
yeah.
see how that looks. We'll see how that does. But if it's good, we'll know it's Activision. And I'm pretty sure it was Activision that messed up that
how
game.
long has it been since Bungie has been released from the grasp that is Activision? I believe almost a year and a half, 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah, and they've been doing pretty well so far.
Yeah.
I mean, it took them a little bit to get on their feet because it's their
Yeah.
own money, they're independent company.
Yeah, well, that's why I don't want to judge it yet.
Yeah, but they've been doing well so far.
I think
they've been received well by the community.
I think once Destiny 3 comes out, then we'll know for sure.
I don't think there's going to be a Destiny 3.
You don't think so?
No.
I thought Bungie said they would be.
Yeah, but not right now.
Well, not right now, but
Maybe 3-4 years.
yeah,
down
because
the line,
they're actually
sure.
going to work on it
Yeah,
and do a good job.
but I don't. But at the same time, it's just dumb. Like
Anyway.
it doesn't make any sense.
But yeah, Activision, as a company, have they revived some old games? Yes, they have. Crash Bandicoot, okay? They did a good job of reviving that.
Which means a new one's coming out.
There is a new one. It just came out last week. It got really high ratings.
Oh,
Yep.
it's 4, right?
Yeah, Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time.
Okay.
It got really good ratings from fans and critics. So, and a lot of people say it's really hard, it's really challenging, which is what they wanted from a Crash game. and they got it. They got what they wanted.
Ubisoft.
But at the same time, Activision wasn't the one that made that. It was that that company that's under them. I forget what they're called. They have a weird name. Toys for Bob.
The hell?
That's the name of the company.
Okay.
They remastered Crash Bandicoot and Spyro or something.
Wait, it is Toys for Bob. What the?
Yeah, Toys for
That's
Bob.
a stupid name.
It is a stupid name.
What the hell?
Toys for Bob, dude.
The composer is Walter Mayer. That's just as weird as the name. Toys for Bob.
But I haven't played Crash Bandicoot 4 yet. But
Bruh, this logo looks like it's from 1984.
yeah. They basically remaster a bunch of like classic games.
Question:
That's pretty much all I do.
Does High Bloom Studios are they still owned by Activision?
I think maybe.
Oh wait, they are. Yeah, they still
Yeah.
make Call of Duties. That's why.
But yeah,
They make the Transformer games. I don't know if you know that.
Activision as a company is pretty much cancer to like whatever production studio they're working with.
A stage 17 tumor.
They
make a lot of money though.
They do make a lot of money.
It's like, you know.
Well, I mean, it's the same thing with EA. You know, people keep buying their games even though they complain about their
Activision's
games.
is EA's sister. Like EA is the brother and Activision is a sister.
Yeah, the annoying sister that won't stop crying about.
Yeah, who is kind of hot, but like is like a low key 6 out of 10.
Okay, I guess that's a good way.
I'll say that because they came out with some good Call of Duties back then.
Okay.
And they came out with some crap.
But that wasn't them again. That they were producing that. It was,
right, but they came out.
No,
with
but
it
like
anyway.
it was Treyarch and Infinity Ward that were putting in all their work
and Sledgehammer. Don't forget about those.
No, before
crappy-ass
Sledgehammer.
company.
Before Sledgehammer.
Yeah.
They had Infinity Ward and Treyarch making all the Call of Duties.
Yes.
And Activision was just producing them, saying, "Okay, it looks good. Here you go."
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so I can't really talk much. I'm not the biggest Call of Duty type guy. Those type of games. Guitar Hero. They didn't make Guitar Hero. That's kind of.
They did make Guitar Hero. And that was cool.
Wait,
I can't talk about all of
those
those
Rock
games.
Band.
I have no.
Was that Activision as well?
Probably not.
I'll do.
I don't know. I can't talk about all of those games, but I can definitely talk about the Blizzard side of Activision Blizzard because they're a conglomerate. So, one thing. Listen, I hate Blizzard. Blizzard sucks.
They suck now.
Blizzard is terrible. However, they have made some of the most successful esports of all time. They made StarCraft. They made Hearthstone.
Okay, EA made
World of Warcraft.
Michael's face when you said Hearthstone.
EA made Rock Band, by the way.
Gotcha.
Oh,
So
And
like,
MTV.
Interesting.
So they like, at least so Blizzard is, they were one of like the original esport companies because you know like competitive WoW. Like, Blizzard was literally sponsoring tournaments all the way back in, like, 2008 or something like that.
Yeah,
before.
right.
I remember
like,
World of
StarCraft,
tourneys.
all of that stuff. Like, they know that, like, at least for, like, a lot of PC gamers, one of the main, like, focuses that they do is a lot of them are very competitive, and they want to do esports, they want to do competitive games.
Yeah.
And Blizzard definitely helps facilitate that by the way that they like support the esports of their games. And so I think that's really big positive for Blizzard because not a lot of other companies like really do that. Like I mean, the only other one would be like Riot with League of Legends. That's the only thing that like can compare to how much money they put into esports.
Okay.
It's like really Riot and League of Legends and then Blizzard with all of their games. They just put so much money into their esports, which like I mean that's a good marketing ploy as well. Like I mean, definitely made a lot more money because of how big their games have been. So and oh, I forgot Overwatch as well. Yeah, Overwatch was so big for such a long time.
Yeah.
It was big for 5 years.
All the games die eventually.
Yes.
All they somehow find a way to ruin their games, but
Overwatch
they get up there.
Yeah.
Like they get up there.
Overwatch has stayed
Are
relatively
you guys
alive
hyped for Overwatch 2?
No.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Overwatch 2.
No.
That doesn't exist. That's not going to
coming
happen.
out.
Nope, that doesn't
It's
exist.
coming out.
Nope.
It's definitely coming out.
Listen.
It's going to be coming out as a mobile game.
But I just think that that's like probably like the biggest positive for Blizzard is like how they have incorporated esports into like their business model.
And Pixar movies.
Yeah.
Hey, true. Okay, dude, the Warcraft movie was not that bad. Okay,
Yeah,
I enjoyed the Warcraft.
It wasn't that
movie.
bad.
It was a pretty good movie.
It was like,
You had that hot green chick in there with the horns.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I was gonna ask, did Blizzard make Valorant?
No,
that was Amazon.
no,
That was
no.
Amazon Studios.
That was Riot, I thought.
Riot is Amazon. No.
Riot, dude. Amazon bought Riot.
Yeah.
Are
So
you
Amazon
kidding?
is going to make their own games now. Amazon Game Studios.
And they already made one.
Yeah.
And it was so trash that they had to take it back, and then they're gonna re-release it later.
Was that Valorant or was that?
No,
Okay.
it's some like. So to be fair to Amazon, they made a bunch of modes for this game. I forgot what the hell this game is called. Just search up Amazon's new game, like one of you, please. Search up Amazon's new game 2020. I can't remember what the name of the game is.
It's not Valorant.
It's not that. Not even close. But
Crucible?
Yes.
Yes.
Crucible.
And they had like 3-4 different modes. So now they're going to take away 2 of them because nobody, I guess,
Is playing the others.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Wait,
So they're
so
going
is
to
it-
focus on their horde mode style mode that they have right now.
Wait, so is it
They're
like
gonna do
a
that.
is it like a fighting game or?
Is it-
No. It was a battle royale MOBA
Okay.
horde shooter.
Yeah.
And they're going to take away most of what they marketed this game as because I think it was pretty much in alpha beta stages, and they were releasing this as their full new game, as far as I'm aware of. So they took that off, and now they're going to re-release it sometime whenever. They're going to probably do an Anthem and release this thing a year or 2 from now. But yeah,
Oh wait, that was the EA failure game I was thinking of. Anthem.
I wanted the game to succeed
Oof.
so badly. I played
Yeah.
that game for a month and hoping, like, bro, no.
It was garbage.
Even if they had that E3
Dude, it's
downgrade,
$1 at Walmart right now.
Really?
It's $1.
Shut up.
Yikes.
Okay, dude. Okay. This is how I know the game
Dude,
was
you
failing.
thought BioWare's Mass Effect and Andromeda was bad.
I actually enjoyed that game.
Yeah.
Despite its problems.
Well, like, you thought that game was bad.
Mhm.
Wait till you play Anthem.
Oh.
Yikes.
So it wasn't that bad either. It was just hollow as hell. And like, it was worse than
I
Destiny.
hated it.
It was worse than Destiny Year One.
Mm.
And I invested so much time
Dude,
and
Destiny-
money into Destiny.
Destiny
1.
Year 1,
Destiny
dude.
2,
Remember when Destiny came out and you got the game, you started playing, it was like 40 minutes of like
Peter Dinklage.
cutscenes, just that robot guy talking to you, and you're like, bro,
Okay,
can I
first
just
of all-
play the game now?
How dare you? Peter Dinklage.
Who cares, dude? It was a robot guy. It wasn't Peter Dinklage. It was a robot talking to me.
That was Peter Dinklage.
I don't care if it was his voice. It wasn't him.
True.
It was a robot.
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
He didn't sound like he didn't sound
I
like
wanted
Dinklage.
It was so boring. I was like, yo, why am I sitting here listening to this?
But dude, Destiny 1, despite its year 1 problems, will go down as one of the coolest MMO MOBA looter shooter.
Good.
Whatever.
Loot shooter?
The looter shooter genre is one of the
I think
that game was one of the cooler ones. After once year 2 came out and fixed most of its problems.
I think Borderlands still holds the crown for best like looter shooter right now. Not
their
3.
sales say otherwise.
Not
There's
Borderlands 3.
Okay.
No, like Borderlands 2.
Borderlands 2, yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
Cool soundtrack as well.
Yeah, that was the best looter shooter I've ever played. But Borderlands 3 garbage. Borderlands pre-sequel
Cringy
garbage.
as hell as well, by the way. Cringy as hell. They had social media influencers in there.
Yeah.
Quote unquote oh god, whatever.
Anyways,
Another time.
so that's all we have time for today, unfortunately. But obviously, if you guys want to keep the conversation going, you can do that in the comment section. If you guys want to talk about other game companies that we didn't talk about, you can talk about those as well. Next week, we'll probably add like Xbox or Microsoft and Bethesda at the beginning, just so we can talk about that for a little bit. Because I know like Eddie really wants to talk about it.
I'm so happy for them.
We gotta talk about what Eddie wants to talk about every once in a while.
No.
Because Eddie won't talk unless he doesn't have anything to talk about.
Oh, screw you. Go to hell.
Anyways, but yeah. So just stay tuned with us next week, and we will be talking about. Next week we're going to be talking about the media's influence in gaming, and then also the media's influence in politics. So kind of just combining the two. But yeah, so that's all that we have for today. Thank you guys for listening, and we will be with you guys again next week. Take care.
Later.
Peace.
Bye.